Hey guys, on this video I will be showing you how I did this cute Halloween set on my client. So the first thing that I will be showing you is how I applied the acrylic on her nails. I already prepped her nails and got them all ready, put the nail tips on. Now as you can see on her nails tend to grow upwards. So I take my time and I make sure that I apply little beads at a time, because if I apply one big bead or two beads or so, the nail would be uneven. So I want to make sure that I even out her nail without making her free edge thick, because it does grow upwards. People tend to make people's nails thick at the end, so I'm taking my time and making sure I apply the acrylic. Now the acrylic does look pink, and that is because I am using Nuni's monomer, which is a pink monomer, but it does dry clear, as you will see in the next clip. Now I'm going to use Erica's nail bit. I will link all this below. This bit is a safety bit, so towards the end of the bit, it's really rounded off and it doesn't hurt or damage the person's skin. It lets you get very close to the cuticle without actually cutting or damaging their skin. And this is great for doing that nice blend towards the cuticle. As soon as I'm done with this, I cleanse the nails with alcohol, and I usually let them wash their hands and use the brush to scrub. Now I'm using the gel in a bottle polish called Diva. It is a white. It is an amazing color. I specifically ordered a bunch of gel polishes from the gel bottle to see if I like the quality. These are a lot more thick consistency, but honestly with just one application, that's all you really need. I did do two just to be, to see it more in depth, but you can do and get away with just one coat. As you can see, usually gel polishes you need around 2 to 3 coats sometimes, but this color is just popping with one coat. And I will also be using the black one on the other fingers, as you will be seeing. That one is jet black from the same company. And you do see me going back into the bottle. I'm actually cleaning off polish. I'm not grabbing more polish and putting more on. I'm just cleaning off polish from the brush so that I can do it as thin as possible. And the cleanup brush I'm using is an e.l.f. brush that I got from Target. It was only $1, so that's really awesome to do. It's very stiff, so it's able to get into all those creases and clean it up really well. Now I'm using the water decals I got from Aliexpress. I simply cut them to the size or the picture detail I want, and I take off that film, that plastic see-through transparent film, and I drop it right into the water. A few seconds later, the design slides off of that cardboard paper, and you simply pat it in a paper towel. I was doing that off camera, and then I put it on the nail. Because it is wet, you want to give it time to dry as well. So I'm simply applying it very gentle. You do not want to rip it or tear it apart. So you put it right on top of the nail, and you try to blend it in, make it as smooth as possible for the nail plate. And as soon as you get that done, you just let that sit and dry before you do any kind of art or top coat on top. Now this is me trying to do what I saw on YouTube, and it is simply using red and black paint with a straw and a few drops of water and blowing it out of the straw into the client's nails, and it makes that nice dramatic blood splatter. It worked for the first nail. When I tried to do it for the second and third nail, it was just not working with me at all. So here, as you can see, is my brother actually showing me a technique he learned. He is a barber, and he learned a whole bunch of techniques. Plus he loves to draw, and he did drawings before, so he knows about art. And he showed me that if I use the brush, a really stiff tiny brush, and grab it from the bottom, pulling it upwards, it splatters right into the nail perfectly. I will show you more in detail when I go into the next clip. On this clip, I am actually using the gel bottle rubber top coat to top off my designs. Now this is not just a regular top coat. You can actually build a little bit on top with this top coat. For people that have really thin, fragile nails, you can build it, and it's thick enough that it works like hard gel, but it soaks off. So this is awesome for any encapsulation you want to do and not necessarily have to use acrylic. In between the sandwich technique, you just top off your designs, and it seals it really nicely, and it avoids any lifting or cracking or chipping on the nail. Now if I was to use a regular top coat on top of this design, the top coat needs to adhere to the gel polish. So since there is something in between the gel polish, it can lift or pop off. This gel top coat is made specifically to have things in between the nail. So it works perfectly for 3D designs or anything encapsulated in the nail. It is very thick to work with, so you just have to keep going back into the bottle and removing any extra if you don't want it to be very thick, which is exactly what I keep doing. But it works awesome for encapsulation or sandwich technique. I will be also using the same top coat on top of this design, and my client did want this nail to have red eyeballs. So it looks pretty cool. When you see the picture, you can actually see the red eyeballs popping out, and it looks really nice. It's just literally red polish with my dotting tool. So here I am trying again. So the brush I'm using is actually a brush that you use to clean your what is it called, your shavers. So my brother is a barber, so he has a bunch of little brushes to clean up all the hairs in his machines. So he lent me one, and that's exactly what I'm using. You can also actually use a toothbrush, a really stiff toothbrush, and grab it from the bottom upwards, and it shoots it straight down. This technique worked way better for me than the actual straw. The straw, I just felt like awkward blowing air into my client. But so far this design came out perfectly doing this technique, thanks to my brother helping me out. You know, it's awesome how different beauty industries kind of relate or combine in that way. And I just wanted to show you how he showed me. He dipped into the color, and from the bottom upwards you pull it, and it just shoots it right down, and it's pretty awesome. The client will get dirty, that's a definitely for sure, but if your client doesn't mind, then this design is pretty cool for Halloween. That is everyone giving their opinion on the design. I had my sister, my brother, and my sister-in-law in there, so everybody was giving their opinion, but we're just trying to match it to make it look as perfect as we possibly can. And like I said before, this is a very thick top coat. It is meant to be thick to give extra strength to the nail. So you just gotta make sure you clean off the sides, the bottom, the free edge to make sure it doesn't come off bulky, and just clean off your brush. And now for just my regular black nail, I will be using Enailcouture Shiny Top Coat. I don't need to use the gel in a bottle top coat because I don't need any thickness or strength or anything on here. I just need it to be shiny. And excuse my fingers, I know it looks like a crime scene, but that was the whole point, to make her nails look awesome. Even if I get dirty, and even if the client gets dirty, we can always clean them up afterwards. Now I take the time to take off any polish on our hands and use a Q-tip to take off anything exactly by the nail plate so we don't dull any of the shine. I am using acetone for this. And then I will be drying her nails because some of the little some of the little stains of the polish were thick, so I dry them. And I am just gonna top coat the blood splatter nails with a matte top coat from the gel in a bottle because I wanted it to look more realistic, and if it's shiny it wouldn't look as realistic. So that is all we're doing to the splattered nails. And I do 2 coats of the matte just so it can last, so it doesn't chip, nothing happens if she works hard on her nails. She works in a barber salon, so I want to make sure that they last as long as possible. And I simply wipe with 100% alcohol and you'll see the matte just come right in. I really hope you guys like this video. I know it's not as long as I would have wanted it to be, but I wanted it to trim it to not make you fall asleep or anything like that. But if you do like it, comment below if you would like to see anything else, like my video, and please subscribe to my channel. Also turn on your notifications so you can see when I upload. Thanks guys.